they don't want to admit it. They don't want to admit that they are the cause and the root of this problem in this country. It got nothing to do with drugs. It got nothing to do with violent films. It got nothing to do with, dark writing of books. It's got to do with a human behavior that couldn't go away or erase. A human behavior that been sticking to generation after generation. Thank the Heavenly Father that most of my white brothers and sisters who are open-minded, who are versatile, and who are diverse with different cultures, and their relatives are different cultures, and I cannot repeat this enough, but there's 3 types of white people in this country. You got the real white people who are open-minded, loving, they do not judge nobody, they care about everybody, they respect everybody. The real white people are down to earth and very educational and very smart, and they love everybody around them. Then you got the wishy-washy white people that don't seem like they don't know where to go or how they supposed to present themselves and their family and their race. But no race shouldn't be representing nobody, but just represent yourself. But they feel like they have to represent their race, but on the other hand, they feel like they have to represent their self. Then you got the last and not least, you got the prejudiced white people. And that is what's killing our country, is prejudice. And it's not just amongst whites, it's amongst India, Pakistani, blacks, Spanish people. Prejudice is somebody in any color and any race. But January 6th make it very clear who in this country who was trying to destroy our country really, really bad and terrible. And don't give a damn about if this country become a third world country. This is the only country where poverty people have to turn to gangs, drugs, prostitution, scam people, smuggle drugs and weapons just to try to survive. And then when they go to jails and prisons and they get out, they don't have programs and centers for them, because all they want to do is make sure the prisons and jail and juvenile centers get paid boogles of money to put bodies up. In Richmond, Virginia, the homeless is getting so bad because they're releasing inmates who already do their time. And the inmates don't have a way to make a living because of their criminal record. And it's been an issue and a problem for decades. I believe my mother told me in the 1980s they took out programs where inmates can have a college degree and trade schools and stuff, because the public didn't feel like they didn't deserve to be educated. But also the public need to understand you don't know what happened to that person or their background. You don't get what happened to them as a child. And the things that they had to see when they were growing up. And it still happened to this day. And it's a damn shame, because the government want to spend billions and trillions of dollars on military, but not trillions and billions of dollars on people with people whose disability, people who got out of jail and prison to put them in a good right path, people who are homeless just down on their luck, There's no programs for that, but there's a lot of money for the damn wars and military. And even when military people serve this country and give their life, they still come back and still have nothing. Now some do, but a lot of them don't. It's evident and it's very clear which race is killing this country. And they're killing it bad. But the Republican Party doesn't want to admit that they, the one that created this problem. They are the reason why this country is divided. They are the reason why this whole country is falling fucking apart. Bad. And I'm pissed. Because at this point, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated, and I'm angry. Y'all went to school and colleges. And I'm also upset with the Democrats. Because they could have built the exact same thing that I'm talking about. But all they focus on is making sure the next generation doesn't have to work in their family. And they also want to make sure all the blacks and all the minority people vote for them. We're not going to keep on voting for y'all if y'all ain't going to do shit. As a U.S. citizen, I work every single day, 5 days a week. Y'all take most of my damn fucking check. That money should go to good use in this country, but instead, I don't know where the fuck it goes. And it's terrible. So, in other words, if my black ass keep on paying the IRS and y'all keep taking money out of my fucking check, that fucking money need to go to some good use in this country. But instead, who knows where the hell this money is going? And the way I see our government operating now is stupid and complex. Nobody's not thinking logical or clear. I can tell you that much. I don't know if it's because of old age or they know that the ground is already falling apart and they can't get out of this deep hole. But I can tell you this much. That they know the reason why January 6th is still holding out and dragging? Because they know who is the issue. They know who's the problem. And that's just real sad. They know who is the problem. For decades, people who've been suffering in this country who've been different, including white people who are different. I think a lot of people gotta know that white people, a lot of them fight the civil rights movement and many protests and many movements. There's a lot of good white people in this country. A lot of them. But thanks to these Republicans and these other crazy radical people from the far right and far left, they want to make all white people in the one boat. And that's not true. Because white people are different, just like everybody else. There are some of the most kindest people on the planet, and there are some of the most evil, wicked-ass motherfuckers on the planet. But I'm certainly damn pissed. I'm definitely upset. Definitely.